Hello, hello, hello. Mic testing 1 2 3. Mic testing 1 2 3. Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream of SYWK podcast. And you are watching the YouTube channel of SYWK podcast. Firstly, uh, really sorry that I have not, I'm not going live and I'm only putting up episodes every Saturday. But I promise you guys that I'm going to go live every Tuesday. This is what is my plan because during the weekends, I've caught up with a lot of work. During the weekdays, I go to work also, so too much pressure. But I decided that Tuesday is little bit free, and I decided why not do a live stream at 12 o'clock when everyone has finished their work and they can just chill, relax, and they can do a lot of stuff. So, if anyone is there on the live stream, you can just say hi. I'll at least know that you are there. Okay. Fernandes. Hey, how are you, Mrs. Fernandes? Big fan. Thank you. Why big fan? Just a friend who can share ghost stories. If you have any ghost stories and you would like to share them, please do, because the link is in the description. You can click the link in the description, come in the studio and share your ghost stories. Meanwhile, I would tell you what am I going to do for today's live stream. So I basically decided to keep a format so that you guys also can enjoy the whole session, because I'm planning to keep it only for 1 hour. But in this 1 hour, firstly for 5-10 minutes, I'm going to talk bullshit. I'm just going to talk to you guys. If there is anyone on the chat, they can just comment below and we can chat. If anyone who's listening or watching the stream, click the link and you can join the stream and we can talk about horror. You can share your ghost stories, you can do anything. Then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to have a segment where I am going to talk about the horror updates. Basically, horror updates in general is about any horror movies coming up or anything, any updates in the horror genre. Then after that, I am going to react to some of the horror videos which is there on the internet, so we both can enjoy some scary horror videos from the internet and get scared at the same time. Then I'm going to take people one by one. If they have any stories to share, they can come and share the stories, and at the end I will share one horror story. So this is the concept which I'm trying to do. I just don't want to just do one thing. In this 1 hour live session, I'm going to do a lot of things. Justina Fernandes, big fan. How are you? I'm fine. Justina, if you have any story, please, the link is in the description. You can come and join. If not, I am also putting the link. I am also putting the link in the chat, so you can click the chat as well and you can join the stream if you're finding it difficult to get the link from the description. Anyways, to begin with, I will start with a horror story. I'll just put my mic down. I've not done my hair, I just had bath, so I just put a cap. And plus it's hot here. But that is how it is. YouTube live sessions, YouTube live streams. So I am going to start with a horror story. Okay, so off lately, for people who don't know, I am doing a short horror story series on my channel, and I'm uploading every Saturday different kinds of short horror stories from a website which is called as yourghoststories.com. So people who does not know about this website, you should check it out. It's, you just type yourghoststories.com on Google and you'll get it. It's a website where from everywhere, from around the world, people come and share their ghost stories, and it's basically articles. So what I do is I used to read a lot of stories from this, and then I clicked that why don't I take some stories from this website and narrate it in my way, put some effects and all, and release it for you guys, because a lot of people don't like to read. Even I used to not like reading, but what to do now? I don't read a lot, but yes, I read for fun. And yes, okay, just give me just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, so I will begin with the first story. I did a lot of time pass, and for people who still don't know me, to know me, first subscribe to my channel, like the stream. I have reached 1k subscribers after a long time, and I'm planning to be consistent on my channel, in the sense go more live and do a lot of more live sessions and interact with you guys. So yes, subscribe to my channel. My name is Desmond, and I share, not share, you can say, I tell horror stories and narrate horror stories, and I love horror content. So I'm kind of doing the horror content in English, because मेरा हिंदी इतना अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं गोवा से हूँ. बट फिर भी अगर आपको पसंद आया मेरा कहानी, my stories, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So without wasting any time, कहानी पे शुरू करते. So this is a story which I have already mentioned in one of my live streams or in one of the episodes, but I decided why not share this with you guys once again. Actually, no, this is the story which I have not shared, and this is a story which I have made an episode which is going to release very soon, but why not share it with you guys anyways. So this story, you can say this is based in the year 1983, and first let me check if my volume is coming. Yes, just wanted to do a sound check. Okay, so here we go. The story is based in 1982-1983. Two guys, okay, let's name them Ram and Sham. Okay, they were best friends, and this is based in a small village in Kedarnath. Okay, so now in Kedarnath, back then, there used to be small villages, and in and around the villages there used to be jungles, basically a lot of trees, lot of greeneries. So this was a very small village where Ram and Sham used to stay, and you can say they were, around 15-16 years old. They were in their school, and it was not the weekend, but it was, you can say, Wednesday or Thursday, and suddenly there was an invitation which the whole village got from another village where there was someone getting married. And back then, the villages were very small, everyone knew each other, so it was not that we only will call this person and we will not call that person. If there is a function, the whole village used to be called. So Ram and Sham decided to go to that village for the function, but this is another village where they have to cross the jungle and they have to go. So what happened, and back then the the wedding used to happen in the morning and in the afternoon, and by evening 5-6 o'clock everything used to get done and everyone used to be back home. So Ram Sham decided, let's go for the wedding to another village where they have to cross the jungle. But the thing was, their parents were not going for the function because of some reasons which I really don't know, because this story I read it on that website. So they both were going, and there were few other villagers who were going to that to that wedding. So they went in the morning, they crossed the jungle, they spent the time, they were enjoying, they had their meal, everything and all, and it became 5:36. Now almost every guest from the wedding, they started going, but Ram's brother or some cousins were staying in that village. So they told Ram that you stay with us, you don't go for the don't go home, you can stay with us, you can chill, maybe you can go next morning. So Ram decided, okay, no problem, I'll stay. And Sham decided no, he will not stay because he had not informed his parents, and it's better to go back home rather than staying. So Ram said, okay, no problem, you go, but you go with 2-3 other villages because they are going now, so you go, don't go alone. So Ram said, okay, chalo, good night, bye bye, tata. Ram is gone. Now Sham is going. He's crossing the village, and you can say this is around 6:37. Okay, and back then in 1982, okay, especially in the villages, there used to not be street lights. Okay, so you can understand how dark it will be once the sun has set. No street lights, they are in the middle of the jungle, crossing from one village to another village. Walking, going, walking, going. And suddenly, Sham and the other few villagers who was with him could hear a female screaming. And she was crying for help. She kept crying, help, help, help. And these people, when they started hearing that, okay, they got scared, and they got panicked, and they started running. They started running towards the exit of their village. But when they were running, they could hear the voice of that female crying going louder and louder and louder. And they could feel that someone was behind them. But no one had the guts to turn behind and look at who was there, who was running behind them. They could feel that, obviously, when you are running with 2-3 of them, and let's assume if you are the last person and there are the other villagers in the front, you know that everyone is in the front, but still you can feel that someone is there behind. So that was the horror what Sham was feeling. Somehow they reached the entrance of the village. After reaching at the entrance of the village, the voice stopped. She was crying. They could not hear her voice anymore. But Sham was too scared, and he decided that let's just go to a house and go to sleep. So he told the other villagers goodbye, good night, and they left. But Sham was more terrified because he was the last person when they were running inside the jungle, and he could feel that someone was running behind him. He could hear, he could sense that female. So even after he reached the village where there were small tube lights, not tube lights, the small bulbs, they were a little bit light, but still he was getting scared. So he decided to run again. But this time he ran only because of fear. He did not hear anything. He could not sense, he could not feel anything who was behind. So when he reached near the door, he banged the door, calling for his mother. Open the door, open the door, open the door. The mom was sleeping because obviously, back then once the sun set, everyone used to go to sleep, or they used to rest at least. Suddenly when she got up and she opened the door, the first thing she asked Sham is that who is that female behind standing? And Sham shat his pants. He got so scared that he ran inside and he told his mother to shut the door. And he started crying. He started crying loudly. Somehow his mother put him to sleep, but his mother didn't know exactly why he was crying, what had happened. So just to check who was that female, she opens the door again and she tries to see if that girl is there or that female is still there. but she was not there. She was gone. This is done. The night is over. Next morning, now Ram has come back from the other village and he wanted to meet Sham. So when Ram enters Sham's house, he gets terrified seeing them that Sham has high fever. He cannot move from his bed. He's sick. And Ram got very, he got shocked to know that last night only they had a wedding, they were enjoying, he was healthy, he was so fit, and suddenly today morning, he's just completely sick, he's shivering, he does not know what to do. So then Ram asked Sham what happened exactly. And that is the time he told him, and he told his mother, and he told everyone in the family and everyone in the village that when they were crossing the village, he could hear a female crying for help. She was asking for help. And she came till Sham's house. And the biggest evidence or the biggest proof was that he did not see, but his mother seen that, and his mother questioned, who was that female standing behind you? So yes, this was the story. And when I read the story, I got goosebumps, and I don't know how well I narrated it because, I took a little longer to explain everything. The story was quite short, and I'm coming up with the same episode, but that episode is a little bit short. It is much more, edited properly and this and that. This is just a flow, normal, open conversation. Oh God. Justina Fernandes, are you still there, or you just came and you said hi and then you went? If you're there, or if anyone is there, you guys can come, chill, join the live stream, share your ghost stories, or talk about anything you want. Anything. So now this was one of the short horror stories. Now I just want to check if we can horror movies coming out in 2022. Okay, so as I told you that I will be doing different segments in my horror live stream, because my live stream is not that famous that people will come and share every 5 minutes their stories. I need to really find people who can come and share their ghost stories. I'm saying ghost stories. Justina Fernandes was right there when I joined the live stream, but now I don't know where is she. So yes, so what I am going to do is I am going to do different segments. Sorry, I was just opening the website. So I'm going to do different segments where for the first 5-10 minutes I am going to share a ghost story. Then after that I'm going to do a horror update. Horror update is that weekly I'm going to check what are the updated movies which are going to come, web series or whatever related to the horror content, which I can give you information because you are watching it, so you need to know if there is something. Okay, so now I will share the screen. I am going to share the screen. Okay, I am not allowed to share. I don't know really why. I'm trying to share the screen. Let me try. This Melon is really rubbish, man. I hate this Melon, really. Okay, let me check if it is. Yes, and here we go. Just give me a minute. Just trying to figure out the proper